All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Okay, here we go.
Where the plays get broken down and science gets denied.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Hour 2 of Off the Bench, live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio, starts now.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, hour number 2. Going to catch up with our guy, Bobby Carpenter, Big Ten Bob, the general, here in a matter of minutes.
You think he'll have his meta glasses on?
You stole it from me. I was about to say, yes. He's going to join us on video, and it was going to be, where in the world is Bobby Carpenter? If we were putting betting lines on the weight room, minus 350?
Minus
I mean, those are pretty good odds.
Minus 1,100.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where else Bobby
Last
would
time
be.
he was in the Ohio State weight room.
No, Bob's got a locker in there, I think.
Yeah.
I think he has a locker in the weight room.
We used to have a locker at LSU when we were playing. The NFL lockers.
Did we?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
There was like a little wall. I mean, it was a small little cubby, but it was in the locker room. There was a small wall, and it was for all the NFL players.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
you never worked out in the offseason?
I stayed in San Diego in the offseason. Didn't, because I was paying for a house there. Figured I'd stay in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we'd come back here, and they'd give us all workout gear, and they'd wash clothes and stuff. Yeah. Should have taken advantage of it.
Can we still do it?
Nope. Well, not anymore, because we retired last week.
Y'all did.
That's very
until last week. We should have rethought that.
That is very. You know what? I didn't think about, like, since we officially retired, now we can put in our application for the TV show that I'm trying to create. Don't call it a comeback.
Yeah, we're eligible for the Hall of Fame.
Sorry.
What the snicker?
What's up?
I don't know that the snicker was needed.
My bad.
I don't think that the laugh I
don't feel like we got enough headlines either from that retirement.
Y'all made Tiger droppings.
droppings.
Taylor didn't even post it on our own shows.
All right.
Socials.
Hey, we can.
Y'all made Tiger droppings again like Tuesday.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
This one was not as positive.
Oh, that's right. Someone said it when yesterday during the show. Like they got upset at us. Someone was upset because we agreed too much.
Oh, y'all are like the Carr brothers?
Yeah.
Wait.
But that was the comment.
What is it over there?
They said they agree too much, and I'm like, what do you want them to do? Spit in each other's faces? Like,
we agree too much. Okay, I can fix this. Hey, just call Bob. I don't really know.
Okay, I'll call.
You can just give him a call.
Most of our disagreements are at break.
That's very true. So we should bring those on air, is what you're telling me?
Maybe.
Like we were just kind of having a slight argument about how dumb the offenses you played in are.
here we go.
No, that's not true.
OTB post T-Bob. This is the thread title. It just sucks. I like both Hester and Flynn, but together on radio makes me want to go play in traffic.
All right.
I think they need to find someone who will come in and have actual discussions and get the blood flowing instead of agreeing on every single subject. I know they are the mouthpiece for LSU, but some honest assessments would be nice every so often. Maybe it's just that time of the year, and when football actually starts, it will get better.
Yeah, the mouthpiece. What are we going off of? We've had one practice in non-pads.
I agree. We have only had one practice.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
They had like the #1 portal class and like all these things, like a lot of positive. People have picked them to win like the national championship. So the mouthpiece. Okay, well.
I don't find it necessary to give these people airtime, to be honest.
Yeah, based off that one practice. We'll argue about it later. I don't know.
Look, he has the meta glasses
Hey!
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh, I don't know though. Does he win the bet though? We had minus 330 odds. He'd be doing it from the weight room. It looks like let's bring Bobby up. It looks like he's in the indoor. So does that count as the weight room? Bob, what do you think?
Well, it probably does. It constitutes when you text me, said I want to do video or phone. It was 8:56. I was finishing up my last couple sets there. So yes, and then I've been frantically trying to get this thing to load. So I apologize for the tardiness, but yes, Until 9 o'clock, I had it scheduled, Hester, where I was going to be in the weight room from about 8:05 to about 8:58, and then come on out here and get a better scenic backdrop for you.
I can appreciate that, Bob. Always a pleasure. And college football, like now everyone has started training camp. So, like, give us kind of the boots on the ground. Are you going to go out there, watch the Buckeyes practice? When did they get started yesterday as well?
Yeah, they came in and reported for camp yesterday. Today is the first practice. And so you guys know how it goes. I mean, you come in, you know, now, I mean, with the NIL era and everything else, they have some open to the public. You come out here, you know, raise some funds, sign some autographs. They do that for like the first 3-4 days. And then they really get the pads cracking here, I think Sunday or Monday. So the first couple of days, obviously just acclimation period of everything, getting checked in. But this is the first official day of practice for the Buckeyes.
See, most people, Bob, like they would kind of, we talked about it. You get a little cold sweats thinking about training camp. You kind of get a little pit in your stomach. I'm going to assume like maybe you were the complete opposite, because I'm sure if Ryan came over there right now and was like, hey, Bob, I need you for inside run, like you'd probably go over there. Did Bob's glasses mess up? There we go. We got him.
Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, sorry about that. The audio dropped out for just a second. But, yeah, if Ryan came over, I'd be like a blind dog in a meat house. The problem is, Hester, it's like when you haven't done it for so long, you get so excited, have a lot of wasted movement. Wouldn't be near as efficient as I ultimately need to be. But yeah, I'm like you, man. The start of camp, you know, it's exciting for a couple of days. Then you just get beaten down. I mean, it's a grind. You're working. It's fun. But yeah, it's a little bit of a grind when it comes down to it. And I always liked it, but there was that feeling of, hey, you're saying goodbye to your life as you basically know it for about 5 in the NFL, maybe 6 months, hopefully. So yeah, there's a lot that goes into it. There's no vacations. You don't get, you know, time off. You get a bye week here or there, but it's a lot of the same thing, the Groundhog Day over and over again. So you got to focus up and get your mind prepared for what you've been training for all off season.
Bobby, I love your background right now, but can you give the folks in Louisiana just like an inside glimpse? Like, can you like spin the phone a little bit? Can we see the indoor facility a little bit more?
Well, yeah, we can take a little look.
Yeah,
they just kind of let me pull it out. I got this little mag back here, Flinter. So yeah,
I'd like to kind of see the banners.
Kind of look around there. Yeah, they just put up all these new stuff. They've got some new ones over here. They light up now back there. So yeah, I'll head over here so we can kind of see some of the other stuff too. But yeah, they're hoping that it doesn't rain. I'm heading out here. We did our local broadcast this morning from here. They're warming up and everything beforehand, trying to get this practice in before the rain. But yeah, they got the new championship banners.
There it is. That's what we wanted to see right there. That's sexy. All right.
You know, you guys know whenever you win, you got to go through and like update all your stuff, and so it's a great thing. But then they spend like all summer getting new stuff up there, making sure it looks good. You know, you've always got to keep updating it. The next coach always wants more things. So this was Ryan's first title, so they kind of went through and renovated everything and took it to that next level for him.
So yeah, so you're telling me you and AJ, y'all's pictures have come down, basically, is what you're saying.
Oh, those came down long ago, man. I mean, they've got, you guys know, all those first round draft picks and everything. You know, I said it joking around, this guy on our show, and he goes, you know, they did the top 25 players out of Central Ohio in the last 25 years. And so I was number 6 on that list. And they go, how do you feel about that? I was like, you know, there's been some really good players that have come out, so I felt pretty good about it. They go, what? And, you know, he goes, I like chat GBT or AI, like, what are you ranking Ohio State linebackers? And it came back 16th. And I was like, yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, there's a lot of guys in there that won a lot of awards, and, you know, I was an All-American, but not to the degree of like even my teammate AJ Hawks. So, you know, you take what you can get when you go to a big time program.
That's all right. My son Googled me like a couple of weeks ago. I was like, hey, Dad, I just heard you were the 11th best quarterback in LSU's history. And I was like, yeah, thanks, bud. Appreciate the honesty over there. But yeah, you kind of right.
Ask him how many of the other 10 have national titles. That's the key, Flinter.
That's right. You can't take that away. Hey, so I'm kind of curious. I'm seeing the indoor facility, and I'm thinking it back to like my days in Green Bay, like playing up north. Like we had these crazy like heated coils like under the field turf that kept it warm, that where you could practice and play, of course, in Lambeau, like in the cold weather. What does Ohio State do? Because you play outside. What do y'all do during practices when it's snowing and cold in the dog days of winter?
So it's interesting. I mean, they'll come in the indoor here a lot of times. And before they play Tennessee, though, Keenan Bailey, the tight ends coach. And tight end's kind of an interesting position because you get a lot of different styles of guys there. I mean, you've got the Jimmy Graham who, if you can get him to do a cutoff block on the backside of a zone, a stretch zone, like you're feeling good about that. And then you've got your guys that are more like our guy, Ben Hartsock, who are more, they've got like that Y kind of looks like a T sometimes, and they put you out there on the field in just like a tackle over situation. And so Keenan Bailey's the tight ends coach at Ohio State, has tried to impress on everybody the importance of blocking and like getting tough. And so what he did before the Tennessee game, they were doing inside drill out their individual period outside all year long. And so it was like snow on the ground, 20 degrees. And he goes, I don't give a damn what the rest of the coaches are doing. Like, we're going outside. We're going to do 10 minutes blocking each other, man on man, dude on dude, getting after it. And like, we're going to be tough. And then we can come in and do inside and get our work in. But there's elements where just you got to practice in it. You got to be smart because you want to make sure you're getting an efficient practice. And, it's not a wind tunnel and guys are getting sick and everything else. But you are going to be playing in it. So you do have to be experienced and be ready to handle it.
All right, Bobby. So I got to ask you, behind you, I see a couple of big ass fans. That's what they're called, literally. Do we not have AC and heating in there? And if we don't, I know a guy in Columbus, Ohio that can get that done.
So they do have heating in here. They've got the old school, like heating coils up top that will heat it up inside. And like for bowl practice, Tress would always crank it up super hot. And I'm like, dude, it's not this hot. And we're playing like in the winter in Florida or like Arizona, you're playing indoors. Like, dude, it doesn't need to be like 90 degrees, but he mostly wanted to get everybody like lean back down. I think get them fast again, get them rolling after the cold winter. But yeah, there is no AC in here.
I mean, put in a bid, Bob. Get that contract.
So they put those in here, man. It was brutal. Tress would bring us in. He goes, I'm getting you out of the sun. How you do? It's like a hot air balloon. There's no air movement in here. Like, you would just be sweat pouring off yourself. It'd be terrible. So they've got the big ass fans they put in here. There's like 8 of them, and it feels pretty good. And so the thing is, Hester, I'm running my conditioning test tomorrow after our radio show. So we got 20 half gassers on 17 seconds with 30 seconds rest. I ran 18 on Saturday. It was a little difficult, but I had 2 more in the bag if I needed them. But I wanted to make sure I'm running them outside where like maybe there's a breeze, maybe there's not.
Yeah.
I'll probably run them like a cutoff, maybe no shirt, but with this, like I've been training, like I got a little fleece on, so make sure I can really embrace that heat because it's been pretty frothy up here the last couple of days.
Do you raw dog it by yourself? You running gassers by yourself, timing them, or you have somebody that comes out and puts the clock to you?
So I have my Apple Watch that I'll run them with myself, and I'll set all that up normally when I train. But for this, for anytime you got the show, I get my guy Schleggs out here, who is a teammate of mine, but also a strength coach. And so strength coaches are the best timers. They're going to be loud. They're going to be decisive with their times coming in. And so he's going to come over tomorrow and he's going to be my guy. He's going to video or not video. He's going to time me and get me ready to go, provide a little music and everything. And it should be a good time. We're going to have my kids come over for practice. So Hester, I'm going to have my 3rd grader and 6th grader. They're going to be my hype squad with some of their friends. We're going to show them like how to do hard things and like to embrace the suck a little bit.
Oh, I love it. Bob, you're the man. We appreciate you joining us. Hopefully you and I can hop back on Channel 84. I think I got you coming up here in a couple of days, a little Meathead Radio. Appreciate the time as always, sir, and we'll catch up again soon.
Absolutely, guys. Thanks for having me on.
All right, there he is, the General, Big Ten Bobby Carpenter. I mean, they were about to come in the indoor for practice.
Yeah, they were. I don't know.
I heard the whistle and the coach in the background.
I think if they were to run in there for practice, I don't know if he would have moved.
Oh, I don't think
he would have finished the interview.
I don't know.
Sorry, Coach Day.
I don't know that anybody
Baton Rouge
has
Radio.
access to a facility anywhere in the country more than Bob has at Ohio State. Like,
there's no shot.
I call the games for LSU. Like, I'm on the broadcast. If I went over there right now and had a computer walking it around in the indoor, they would be like, "What? Get out of here!"
Yeah.
What are you doing? Not Bob. When I catch up with players from Ohio State, I'm always like, "Hey, blah blah blah." Like I do radio with Bobby Carpenter. Like, "Oh, Mr. Bob." Like every one of them knows Mr. Bob.
It's amazing the verbiage that he uses is so like the exact same as AJ uses. They talk the exact same, a little bit different energy.
Yeah.
They're just funny people up there in Ohio.
2 Ohio meatheads.
They are just some funny people.
Oh man. I was gonna get to the Big Ten or something like that with Bob.
I was way more curious when he started talking. I was like, I want to see the rest of that.
Yeah, me too.
I want to see the rest of that room.
Yeah,
I want to see the banners.
Yeah, and he's also telling the truth. Every year, he does the conditioning test. Whatever Ohio State's conditioning test is, because they probably did it, probably doing it right now, or maybe yesterday when they reported. He whatever they do, he gets the information and replicates it. Like a psycho.
When we were at LSU, we would do the conditioning test before we got our week off, didn't we?
I think so.
Yeah.
It was it was the finisher.
Yeah, I think
they do it.
I think
the
that's
first
probably
day.
the way to do it. So you don't kill yourself right before practice starts.
I know in San Diego we did it the report day.
I was on one team that had a conditioning test.
Yeah,
on all of my teams.
We only had it 1 year, and it was because everybody was fighting for their job.
Yeah,
type situation in San Diego.
The Patriots had it when I was.
I've heard about theirs. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the only team I ever had a conditioning.
Yeah, I mean it was super easy compared to Tommy Moffitt's conditioning.
Yeah, it was something like 2050s or something like that.
Yeah,
which I'd never heard of.
2050s?
It was 50-yard.
Okay.
Something. I don't know. It was weird.
Yeah. Look, when you come from the school of Tommy Moffitt, no matter what you told me, I'd be like, yeah, okay.
I didn't do it because I popped a hamstring getting ready for the conditioning test at LSU.
Sure you did, bud.
I did.
Hey,
where else do you think I did it?
Got this hammy. Just if you were scared to run, just say it.
Scared to run.
Fine.
Yep, you're right. I was.
That's all you had to say.
Love Bobby though.
Love Bob. We're trying to have Bob and AJ, and Bob's already agreed to it every Friday during the football season. We're trying to have a quad box. So I've done my part.
Yeah, AJ's he's a tough pool.
Okay, a tough pool. I reached out to my Ohio friend. He just did an interview from the indoor while they're practicing at Ohio State for the national champion. Can you pull your weight?
I know. Well,
is AJ's too
I
pretentious?
don't know. He's just a different level of stardom. You know,
you've only reached out one time to AJ, and he came on.
1 for 1.
You're batting 1,000, bud.
That's true.
You can get him.
I probably need to see because a lot of times they do. He travels on Fridays with I don't know what they're. It seems like they change. Well, we're gonna ask him. Don't worry. I'll tell him. I'll just tell him. He's gonna do it.
You're putting out the narrative that he's pretentious.
Yeah, you are.
He's
I'm trying
losing
to do, a little bit of his meathead status here.
I'm setting it up to where I'm making it sound really hard, and then so y'all celebrate the fact that when I get it.
It's like what we were talking about yesterday with Saints camp.
Yeah.
You expect absolutely nothing because they're ranked 32nd. Their roster's ranked 32nd in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you went yesterday and what? You were like,
I think
okay,
it's better than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's better than that.
31.
I think 26.
Well, the starters.
Yeah, I mean, we talked
when we get into the depth,
they should not have been 32nd.
They should not have been ranked 32nd.
No.
That was a bad loss.
They're not 32nd.
I mean, that wasn't really the point of what I was saying, but yeah.
I know what you're saying.
Yeah.
I know what you're saying.
We get it.
I know what you're saying.
With squirrels.
Basically, just get AJ. Stop. We're trying to create this deal, this segment.
I don't know.
I didn't say get Tony Romo. I said get AJ
You
Hall.
don't want Tony.
Tony'd be fun, though.
All right. I do want to, when we come back, though, I do want to talk Saints quarterback, who right now I think is the leader in the clubhouse for that position. And again, I caught up with Kellen Moore yesterday. We'll play that at 9 coming up. We still got J.D. Pickell. We've got Chef Michael Johnson. A lot coming your way on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to centralplumbing.org. Centralplumbing.org is the website for Central Plumbing. Not only in Central, though, the entire greater Baton Rouge area. We are talking to you. 225-925-8552 is that 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day emergency numbers. So if you've got something going on, it doesn't matter when. They're going to be out there to fix it. But also remember, they can help you in the remodel game as well. Home, business, does not matter. You can go tankless with a tankless water heater. Never run out of hot water again. Centralplumbing.org.
Yeah, whatever your plumbing needs are, if you need to run water lines, you need to run gas lines, whatever, residential, commercial, I tell you all the time that they ran every single one at our factory here in Baton Rouge. They did it all, commercial, factory, and also residential. If there's an issue, they can come, big, small, toilet, you got something leaking in the walls, whatever it is, they can call it 24/7 emergency service, Central Plumbing, centralplumbing.org. Give them a call today, Central Plumbing.
1, 2, 1, 2. We in the house.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. I was boots on the ground yesterday at New Orleans Saints training camp, and although Jake Haener got the reps, like he was technically QB1 at yesterday's practice, had a chance to see all three of the quarterbacks, well, all four of the quarterbacks technically, but the three that are in the battle to be the starting quarterback. Each of them made their plays, sure. Each of them made their mistakes, obviously. But if I'm just going off of vibes, of who I think looks the most comfortable and the most ready to be a starting quarterback. And it's probably unfair a little bit to Tyler Shuck because he is a rookie, even though he is going to be 26. We all know that narrative is Spencer Rattler. And he got starts last year, which, Matt, you can speak on this better than I can. I'm sure that helps him in the process of leading the team and being a little bit more comfortable, a little bit more relaxed. But like Tyler Shuck looks the part of what you used to have to look like to be a starting quarterback in the NFL, right? He's got the height, he's got the frame, he does have a big arm. But when you watch Spencer Rattler and kind of I don't want to say like he's improvising back there, but if a play's not perfect, he handles that much better than the other two quarterbacks. The other two quarterbacks compared to Spencer Rattler, and again, I think most of this for Tyler Shuck is the fact that he is a rookie, but they're robotic. It's like I was coached to do this. I was coached to do A, then B, then C. And if it doesn't work out in that order, then I get off my marker and it's not going to be a great play. Where I feel like Spencer Rattler has hey, maybe C's the best option right now. And I'm not scared to go to C first instead of A and B. And he just looks more fluid. He looks more relaxed. And he made a couple of plays yesterday that I don't know the other two right now can make.
All right.
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
You watch the play, you're like, okay,
right.
See you.
It had a little swag to it.
Yeah.
It had a little. I was telling y'all, like he got pressure pretty right away off the right side, and he didn't panic. He didn't like try to like roll out of the pocket like you do in college. No, he saw it. He stayed calm. He stepped up. He stepped out, hit his back foot, and threw a 60-yard pass to Chris Olave for a touchdown. Mm-hmm. The other two don't have that. I don't know that Jake Haener will ever have that. Tyler Shuck might have that one day, but Spencer Rattler has it right now.
And it's what you're seeing right now is, again, it was practice 6 yesterday, so it's still early in training camp. But what you're seeing is that difference that I talk about. It's that year 1 to 2 jump. I mean, you could probably go back and look at Spencer Rattler a year ago at practice number 6 in training camp, and probably looked a little bit more like Shuck is from a. And what you're kind of talking about, what I hear when you're talking, what I hear is like the pre-snap process, a little bit more robotic, like Mike Wright. That's it. And then line up, and you got to, and then maybe with Spencer, it's like, hey, Mike Wright, and then hey, be alert.
Yeah, looking around, his feet are still moving. Right. He's getting in his it's just more fluid.
Like taking the snap count, and he's not looking at the center. Like when you're kind of. And I'm not going to say robotic, but when you're learning the NFL game, you look robotic.
Because you're so nervous and you want to get everything exactly right, and you are robotic. It's okay. Like we all have been through that.
And you can see that difference in like the subtleties that a guy like you can watch when you go to practice, rather than somebody that hasn't like been in the fire like that. Is you can see those interactions to see who's actually more comfortable within the offense, and it's not just the clips of when the ball comes out of their hand and lands in a receiver's arms. Like those tell you a lot, but a lot of the other stuff paint the picture about comfortability, how guys respond to them, and just what that year 1 to 2 jump for a quarterback is such a huge difference maker. Like he can make or break your career.
Right.
Like, because you can make such a big jump, and it's all about that comfortability. Once you actually settle in to the NFL, the speed of it, the knowing that there is chaos happening all around you, but knowing that there's answers to all the chaos that can be presented, all the problems that can be presented to you, there is an answer to it. you just have to have your wits about you. You got to be able to visualize and see everything. You can't just be locked into the center has the ball. I got to get the snap from him. I got to say the right snap count. I have to tell them which mic to go to. I have to read 1, 2, and 3. Yeah. When you're not just worried about executing the play like you're strong on the playbook, all the other things, cerebral things that go around it. And I think that's what you're seeing. Now, Shuck will get there. I know I guess I have to condition myself to talk about Haener, too, because Kellen Moore has told us with his actions that he is in the – but Shuck will get to that point. He will. I mean, it doesn't matter that he's 26. He's a rookie. It doesn't matter. Like, you have to that experience that Rattler's kind of feeling right now and that comfort level he's allowed to play in right now is because of experience. Yeah. And it's not always like I got that experience. My year 1 to 2 jump was night and day, and I didn't play. Yeah. It was just like my comfortability in being in the NFL, being in an offense, understanding the offense, and knowing like, dude, this protections, like me not getting hit is up to me. Like I got to move the line. I have to move. I have to understand a blitz is coming off. I got to know if I'm picked up or not. Yeah. And if I am picked up, that's an NFL running back and NFL tackle that's going to pick it up. Right. Like I don't have to guess. Yeah, you trust that they're going to pick it up. I trust, and I can slide and I can move and I can hit. Like, okay, if he comes, this route concept changes. My read changes if this guy comes. Yeah. And it just comes naturally and it flows. So that's why we've been kind of high on Rattler to be the starter. Yeah. And it was practice 6, practice 7 will be today. There's a long way to go. But as of right now, from what you're saying, it's kind of what we thought might be happening at this point.
Yeah, I think it's like training camp day number 6 or whatever, but I think they've actually had like 10 practices. Trust me, the players like yesterday, like my co-host was like, day number, and Cam's like, no, that's day. We're talking about the practice number. Mm-hmm. Cam's a veteran vet, and he stopped and he's like, so I mean, they've got a good sample size, and so for Jake Haener to still be in the conversation, it's more than just 6 days. It's more practices than that. But
wait, they're doing 2 days?
I mean, you remember how it used to be, like where you do like the
shells practice,
the walk through that ends up being a jog through that ends up being a kind of at times a little sprint violation type situation. And there was so many people yesterday, and obviously the quarterback's going to be the most intriguing position, but I was laughing because there was people taking so many like notes when they had 3 managers, like equipment managers that, they put the gloves on. There's one in 5 yards. There's one 10 yards in the end zone. There's one 15 yards. Like they're running like a 15-yard digger out in the back end of the goal line there. And like so many people are like taking notes on every single throw. I'm like, guys, this isn't where the job's going to be won. Mm-hmm. Like this job's not going to be won with these 3 guys throwing to these 3 managers. Like, this is just Scott running a drill. Mm-hmm. Like, for me, like the biggest moment for me, it wasn't even the Rattler pass. And I know we got JD, but it wasn't the Rattler pass to Olave for 60 yards. That was a great play. One of the things to me is like, okay, this thing's becoming a little bit more narrow as far as the competition. There's an RPO play. Spencer kind of pulled it, made the defensive end commit to go inside. He bounced it outside. Right, so he beat the first line of defense, and then he kind of got in a foot race with the linebacker down the sideline, and you had like 6 or 7 offensive guys be like, all right, rat that. And I'm like, yeah, okay. That's organically them telling you that they're starting to see him as the guy. Mm-hmm. When you see like 6 or 7 guys get excited when a guy makes a play. So I'm not saying that the competition's over. I think it is going to go from 3 to 2 when they go out west. But Tyler Shuck's going to have to make up some room if he wants to stay in the competition. Just based off what I saw, one practice, one day, because it does feel like Spencer is starting to have those starting qualities for that team.
And it's still the first week, so it's like it's a lot of overreaction too. But if we're making a decision off of week 1, which is not the case, got a lot of preseason games, a lot of practices left, so we will see.
All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, JD Pickell will join us on 3 Sports. He picked his national champion yesterday, and I think you're going to like his answer, and we'll break it all down with JD when we jump back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com. That is the website for Pelican Roofing. And when you go to the website, so many different things I always encourage you to do. Check out the 5-star reviews, and that is according to Yelp and Google and Facebook. And Flynn says it all the time. The internet hates everything, but they love Pelican Roofing, and you will as well. You can get that instant roof quote. Great tool they have. Type in your address, your home, your business. Gives you an outline of your space and gives you a great idea of how much it would cost you for that roof replacement. They also, Flynn, have financing options on the homepage of their website, pelicanroof.com.
Yeah, a new roof is a huge deal. I mean, it's a big deal for your family. It's a big deal for your house, and financially a big deal. So they can help you with that financing. Go to their homepage, start that process. 0% interest for up to 21 months for qualified buyers. So let them help you with that new roof, and they can do everything from roof repair, roof replacement, coatings, industrial roofing, whatever it is, your roofing needs can be met. PelicanRoof.com.
You are listening to the sounds of WNE Posse. All I wanna do is on my zoom.
Locked in on LSU football 24/7. You're listening to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Very excited as always. Catch up with our next guest. JD Pickell joins us. Talk a little college football, talk a little LSU Tigers. And JD, I'm sorry we're late getting to you. We had Bobby Carpenter on, and he was telling us how he was getting ready to run the Ohio State conditioning test because that's what meatheads do. But that might not be as impressive as what I just saw you do, flat-footed, in a pool, jumping up, and you conquered it, sir. You got both feet on the ground, stood up, and you did it. Your family can no longer be ashamed of you. Well done, sir.
Well, I appreciate that, one. Two, got a little bit of like a rolling start there, so we'll have to work our way up to flat foot. But, I mean, hey, first of all, I will back clean up for Bobby Carpenter every single day of my life. So there, I mean, whatever time y'all say, hey, tomorrow 2:30 a.m. gonna come in after Bobby Carpenter, I'll say phenomenal. I'll be awake. So glad to talk some ball with y'all, man. It's football time.
Oh, it is, man. And I think a lot of our listeners are pretty excited to hear you talk not only college football but LSU Tigers. And you're going all in. You're going all in on LSU. I saw you eat the Popeyes chicken sandwich, which is, very Louisiana of you. I can appreciate that as you picked LSU to go win a national championship. So I'm going to open up the floor to you, JD. Like, what are the things that you love about this LSU football team as we get started here?
Yeah, I think it's, one, like the Popeye chicken sandwich, if I was on the fence about it, it kind of is one of those things that just kind of gives you some closure.
That's right.
It's like, oh, okay, yeah, this was the right decision. As a Chick-fil-A guy my whole life, it felt good to go Popeyes there. But no, in all seriousness, I think it's kind of the perfect storm of what LSU has versus where college football is. Like, we've talked about this a lot. I know this was a point that just got beat to death during media days, but a ton of new quarterbacks, not just in the SEC, but in college football at places that you would expect to be, contenders for the national championship from a roster standpoint. And so I think it's getting overlooked a little bit how good that roster actually is at LSU, because of what last year was, and maybe by comparison with what some of the other teams in the SEC have. Like, I mean, y'all know what they did in the portal to go add not just top-end talent, but also real depth. Gives me a lot of confidence, obviously, in LSU, a lot of excitement in LSU. And also, when we were in Atlanta, I talked to Matt Moscona, and he kind of dropped this gem on me. The way the schedule lines up for LSU, not in the sense they don't have tough teams on there, but there's no just really brutal 2-game stretch or 2-3-game stretch where you say, oh, that's going to do them in. There's no cross your fingers. Can we get over this crevasse that is our schedule right now in the month of November? Like, I don't see that for LSU, and Matt was going to point it out to me. So that was helpful for him to kind of, cork the bat here when we pick an LSU. So yeah, all that combined to say, I think that the last thing I want to make sure we make clear about, the LSU side of things is whenever you say something definitive about a team or a coach that hasn't gotten to the mountaintop, people are very quick to say, well, can't win the big one. They say it about James Franklin right now. They're saying about Brian Kelly right now. And it's just to me, that's like a 3 kids, 3 jobs, no caffeine, tired level of talking point. It's just like, we said it about Kirby Smart too. Did we not say it about Jim Harbaugh? Said it about Ryan Day last year. I mean, it's like, they can't until they do. And then when they do, it was never true to begin with. So that's a lot there. But, to put it simply, I like LSU a lot this year.
Yeah, I think, JD, what's up, man? Good. It was great to meet you at SEC Media Day, so glad to have you on. We appreciate it. So you gave your response there about LSU, kind of why LSU, and what was, I'm going to say refreshing, because you're talking about the other pieces of the pie when it's on this LSU football team, but you didn't bring up Nussmeier, who is kind of the leader of all of this because of the quarterback position and being a returner and being a solidified guy. So, I mean, I would expect, like, there's things that he did last year that you're not going to improve on. He's making NFL type plays, but there are things that he can improve on. So, what do you need to see from him to be able to kind of fulfill this prophecy that you've had that they're going to win the national championship? What do you need to see from him from an improvement standpoint?
Well, first of all, for everyone that is listening right now and can't actually take in the visual of Matt Flynn, first team all DAP. All right, so on Radio Row, I wasn't sure what to expect. Good area size, obviously on the hand there, really good contact. So first team all DAP. Matt Flynn, I want to make that clear.
Thank you.
Second part, though, to answer your question, I love, and you can probably speak to this as well as anybody, Matt. Like the fact that he's going into his second year here as the guy at LSU in the same system. There were a couple of moments last year where second half of the A&M game, the Alabama game as a whole, I'm not in that building, so I can't speak authoritatively to it, but you feel a little bit like, hey, the newness of this moment and the weight of this moment and all of those things combined, all the unquantifiables were probably pretty heavy for a first-year starting quarterback that's waited his turn. It's not going to be so heavy yet again. Like, I think it's going to lead to more composure in those moments where they're playing Texas A&M at home and it's got playoff stakes. So they're playing Alabama in November, it's got playoff stakes. Like, it won't be that same level of weight. So I think what excites me the most, in addition to him having more help with the run game and him just, getting better at all those things that you get better at after starting a full year in the SEC, is the composure part of it, the mental side of it, and where when I walk into a pseudo playoff game in the month of what I just said, November, October, that's not going to feel as new. It's going to be more familiar and he'll be more well-equipped to handle it, which I think is a massive differentiating factor, even if he wasn't going into, his second year at LSU.
JD, can LSU lose the Clemson game and still be the team you think they can be?
I think they can. I'll say I am committed to LSU right now. I would say we're engaged when it comes to the national title prediction. I don't think I would call off the wedding for myself and the good folks out there in Tiger Town, if that's been coined yet. But I would start talking to my family. Hey, did we make the right decision? Hey, am I crazy for going through with this? Hey, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think the biggest concern for me would be, what do they look like up front?
Right.
Because how good Clemson is on the defensive line, we all know, it's going to be a really good litmus test to find out what you have with those new pieces on the offensive line for LSU, which is obviously going to be one of the key ingredients to winning the whole thing. One thing I will say that maybe is getting a little bit lost in the sauce right now as we're breaking down the new era of college football with the 12-team playoff. I think what it takes to win a national championship, and what it takes to predict someone winning a national championship, has gotten substantially more difficult, because it used to be regular season, conference title game. Maybe you lose the conference title game in the SEC, backdoor your way into a 14 playoff, get hot, win 2 games, you're good. Now it's like, hey, what did you do from September to November in terms of evolving, at Ohio State? Did you play your best ball in December? Did you get the right draw for your college football playoff run? So it's a long-winded way to say I'd be a little bit uneasy, but I think with the allowance now teams have to be different from September and November, and for that to matter in the context of winning a national championship, I wouldn't be totally out. But yeah, I would start to hit up the groomsmen group chat and be a little bit uneasy.
JD, when you went to SEC Media Days, did you leave SEC Media Days? Did anything hit you? Did anything stick out to you that made you change an opinion on any team or player, anything that you thought beforehand, or whether it was an eyeball test with seeing DJ Lagway or anybody like that, or what a coach said? Was there anything that you walked away after that week that gave you an opinion that was different before you walked in?
I think there's 2 thoughts. One is everything that I see on YouTube when I go back and watch John Mateer highlights or John Mateer full game condensed Washington State highlights. I'm like, oh, that swag that he has. And it's a funny thing to say. I don't know if people are still saying swag, but in my generation, that was still something that was said. All real, like all verifiable, the it factor, all that, very much so there. So I was like, cool, check that box. I am that much more in on a one John Mateer. Second thing that I thought was interesting, just the way that Kalen DeBoer presented himself and the questions that he got about Alabama, I thought was really interesting. Obviously, like everyone's going to talk about the quarterback battle and who's going to be the guy there, but outside of that, there wasn't a lot of talk around Alabama's roster after only winning 9 games last year. It wasn't like, man, you have what you need. It was him answering questions saying we got to get better at all the cliche things like the growth, the consistency, the maturity, or whatever it ends up being, whatever buzzword he said. And that stuck out to me because I think that gets missed about Alabama. I think they have the talent to go compete for the SEC, and I think they'll be a playoff team. It's just all those other unquantifiables that they're clearly drilled in on, and they understand they have to get better at to get over the hump. So to answer your question, pre-SEC Media Days, liked Alabama. Post-Media Days, the longer I sit with it, I'm like, I think they're a playoff team, and big reason why I have them in the 12.
JD, I want to ask you maybe about one more player because I wanted to ask you about John Mateer, but you answered it there. He's got like this perfect combination of the guy sitting to the left of me and Baker Mayfield. I can't wait to see how it plays out in Norman.
Ooh.
But I know you being where you're located, doing the show every day, where you do it, like you get a lot of probably Diego Pavia like content, or maybe you get stories. Like I've only covered like I think one of his games. That was the first time I had a chance, and he came in our SiriusXM room, and we had him for like 15 minutes. He threw an F-bomb and 2 S-words out there in the first 30 seconds in the best way possible. Like, I was fired up, ready to go. I'm like, I will follow you into the fire, and we'll figure out how to put it out later. Like, I know Vanderbilt's not going to win 11 games or whatever, but he brings an excitement to Vanderbilt that Jay Cutler, even bad body language, Jay Cutler couldn't bring. Like, nobody's brought that kind of excitement to Vanderbilt, and I love that guy. I know you have to kind of appreciate what he's done for Nashville and actually making Vanderbilt kind of cool in the city.
He's so fun, isn't he? Yeah. Like, I'm sure he's a good time on Broadway, but I mean, just in general, talking to, like, he's just a fun individual. I'm glad you mentioned that. He stopped by our table too, and like within the first 30 seconds, a couple of expletives in there. I'm like, I'm kind of looking at the SID. I'm like, are you? What's your role in all this? You have to like ask.
Why are you here?
Are you nervous? Like, are you supposed to just say you were the lifeguard on duty here? How does this work? So that was hilarious. I'm glad you brought that up. But I think watching Diego Pavia last year, and then like you mentioned, getting to be around him at Media Days, isn't he just like exactly the dose of brash, bold, borderline arrogance that Vanderbilt has always needed? Like when you're like the, for lack of a better metaphor, like the wimpy kid on the playground that Vanderbilt had been for the better part of the last few years, like you kind of need to go throw a punch at the bully at some point. You kind of need to like have a little bravado to you. And I just love so much the way he's changed the feel around Vanderbilt football and the way that I think Vanderbilt football views themselves. Like I think everything he said was probably a touch optimistic around, I want to win the Heisman. I want us to win a national championship. I came back for that. And I'm like, more power to you. Like, let's go. But the fact that that's even being said in the Vanderbilt locker room, I would bet money that hasn't been said out loud in the Vanderbilt locker room in the last decade with the conviction of a Diego Pavia. So the belief that I think he instills in his teammates, I'm really excited to see how scrappy they are again this year because they're going to be a fun team to watch.
All right, there he is, JD Pickell, good enough to join us. Check out his show, The Hard Count, there on 3. That's 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Tuesdays and Thursdays. JD, we always appreciate the time and look forward to our next conversation.
Appreciate y'all, man. Have a great one.
All right, you as well. We'll step away, close out hour number 2 when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Pretty excited to get Football 101 kind of started tomorrow. That is the plan on our interactive whiteboard that we've got in our office thanks to Gulf Coast Office Products, GCOPnet.com. And this is going to kind of change the game for us. Like, we're looking forward to breaking it down. But, like, it's not only if you're watching film and breaking down football. Like, there's so many businesses, so many people. Like, we had Sean in kind of showing us how to work the board. He's like, yeah, we work with this business and that. Like, every business can benefit from working with them. Law firms, engineering firms, schools, universities, banks, hospitals, medical services. They are the leader in Louisiana, GCOPnet.com.
Yeah, they are Louisiana's leading copier and printer source. So your workplace efficiency lifeline. And they're a big company. They distribute printers nationwide, but they are here in Louisiana. And when you call them, you will get an actual person and they will help you. Your local business, go see them, GCOPnet.com.
From the locker room to the airwaves, it's Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
All right, welcome back in. I know it's a short segment. We're not even going to apologize for it anymore. It's just classic us. But when we come back in hour number 3, to kick off hour number 3, I caught up with Saints head coach Kellen Moore yesterday down in Metairie at Saints training camp, and we talked about position groups, safety, tight end, of course, the quarterback position. Some great insight from Kellen Moore. So we'll have that for you to kick off hour number 3. We've got Munchies, Chef Michael Johnson at 9:15. Hour 3 coming your way.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to Tommy's, GEAUX, Tommy's with a Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. The best of Baton Rouge in the Advocate. Best windows, Tommy. Angie's Super Service Award, literally like every year. Just whatever year you throw out there, yeah, they won that. Because that's what they do. They win awards. They have great customer service. They can customize your job. You can find a full gallery of work on the website as well. Tommy and the team. Look, Tommy, Golden Band from Tigerland member. He is Baton Rouge, LSU through and through. GoTommys.com.
Yeah, go see them. They are fully licensed and insured. Over 20 years of experience here in Baton Rouge, but they work throughout Louisiana. They've won award after award every single year, the Super Service Award since 2016. And oh yeah, they can give you a free estimate. So if you need windows, sidings, doors, whatever it is, go to the best. You will see a clear difference when you work with Tommy. So go see them today. GoTommys.com.